Hey, this is Bea and welcome back to my channel. In last video, I talked about the different canteens in NUS, but other thing that you actually do in NUS other than eating is studying. Yes. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about different study spots that you can find where to study in NUS. The first thing is that in all the faculties you can find a lot of tables all throughout the faculties that you can just sit and study, and some of them are outside, some of them are inside, and some of them have AC, some don't, and they are like all throughout. At least in science and in engineering, which is where I went, you could see them everywhere, and they're usually pretty busy, but I'm sure it's also very easy to just find a place to sit. But also take in mind that because those places are in the middle of the faculties, they are quite loud because the people is just walking from one class to another and from place to place. But if you don't mind that, then those are great. But then if you're on campus and you want more of a quiet place, you can go to the library. There are 3 libraries that I know of. The main one and the biggest one is Central Library, which is right in front of engineering, and it's pretty big. You can find books of every subject, and you also have some study spots like on the level 4, 5, and 6. I think those are the levels dedicated just for studying. And to enter, you just need to scan your NUS card or your e-card, and you just tap in, and from there you can also take books. But it's very nice and quiet. It is super cold. You always need to bring a sweater or some and long pants, but the AC is just too much. But it is nice and quiet and pretty big, and the seats are very comfortable. And in there you also find some project rooms, so there are rooms with 6 chairs that you can sit with your friends, and if you want to talk, it's good to go to those. Then another library that I sometimes went to is the science library. It is just behind the science faculty, and I liked it when I really wanted quiet and I wanted peaceful, and because it was close to PGPR, because it's only one stop away. And you just go up the stairs, and you have all the study spots, and you have all the science books that you can find. And then another library that I actually didn't go to, it's the medicine library, but I heard good things about it from the locals. I'm not really sure where it was, and it was towards the end of the semester, so I don't know, but it could be good to check it out. But now the place where actually most Gen students study at is in UTown, specifically in the ERC, Educational Research Center, and there you have many different study spots. For example, if you want somewhere more loud and full of people and very lively, you can study outside of the Starbucks, because there are a lot of tables there and it's always super full. But if you want more of a quiet place, you have also different options. For example, in the top floor in the ERC, you have a place called the Study, and it's just full of tables, full of students. It's always super packed, but it's just a nice place, and it is cold like in the libraries, but it's not as freezing. Then other 2 places in UTown where you can study and where you can have access to computers are the Mac rooms and the PC Commons. And the only difference is that in the Mac rooms the computers are Macs, and the PC Commons the computers, I think they are LG or something, but they're nice. And to access the computers you just need your email and your password, so it is also a good alternative. And in those places you can usually find printers, so it's good. Oh, and in all those places you can find also project rooms that you can pre-book, or that you can just go and sit in them, and it's good when you have to work with some classmates and you want to talk. And finally, in the bottom floor and in the top floor in the ERC, you also find some tables outside. So if you don't want to be with the AC, you just want to be outside, you can go to those places. They are not as quiet, of course, because the people can talk there, but it's not very loud either, so they are a good alternative. So as you can see, there are many options of places you can study, and they can have different options of like, you want quiet, if you want loud, if you want inside, if you want outside. And then you can vary, and you can always combine them with like afterwards going to the canteen, eating, just going for a walk. You can even walk from your accommodation, and it's a good alternative if you don't want to be stuck in your room all day. So I'd say, especially towards the end of the semester when you actually have to study for some finals, then they are a great place. But it's also you feel a bit motivated because all the people there are studying, so it's nice, and you can go with friends, and it's just university life. But yeah, I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, you can give it a like. You can also comment asking me any questions about the study spots or about anything related to NUS or about anything in general. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I hope you have a great day.